Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
We welcome you to join us all as we all become legend of the nerds. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Heard you're tired today, huh?
I'm just a little tired. I mean, I don't know why I'm tired. I mean, what do I have to do?
It's rainy out. Rainy makes everyone tired.
It is.
Right?
It's the last couple of days too. It's not a humid hot, but it was a dry hot kind of too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take that over humidity, I guess, but I'm more of the nice 70-degree weather. That's what I want, but I will say that I was watching the news and they said on the weather, we have not had I think the area, we have not had a 90-degree plus day yet. I'll take that.
Yeah, it
don't go
hasn't
hotter.
been scorching 100-degree weather yet, you know.
No,
but
I mean, this rain that's happening outside, I'll say it's going to help. I was driving around yesterday and I saw a lot of burnt up lawns. Mm-hmm. So that dry, hot heat the last couple of days burnt up some people's lawns.
Yep.
So this will help out.
Well, it's going to rain today, it's going to rain tomorrow, so it'll be better outside for us.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
Yes, we have some Go Talk. I love this new category, Go Talk. This past weekend was the first ever Pokemon Go Fest. Mm-hmm. It's this big festival. I think they had them in big cities around the world. One of the closest that they talked about was in Chicago. It was $100 to go to the Go Fest. And basically, I was watching videos and pictures of Go Fest. You would not believe the amount of people that were in the parks and everything in Chicago. Mm-hmm. It was amazing how many people are just jam-packed into this area who love playing this game so much. One of the big things to come out of it, though, was legendary Pokemon have now arrived. Mm-hmm. And you could only catch them through raids at the Go Fests. And, I mean... you'd see like 20 people because you can have like a max of 20 going after a raid, but going after a Lugia, an Articuno, a Zapdos, all the legendary birds. And now with GoFest being officially over, these legendary birds have now spread their wings, as I'd like to put it.
Right.
And I've actually seen now 2 here in St. Albans.
Really?
Yes, there was last night an Articuno. You could do a raid down the road, and this morning there was a Lugia just over near the park.
Huh.
So problem is you do need like 20 people to battle these guys. Like the Lugia had a 42,000 CP.
Oh, wow.
So you ain't beating it by yourself.
No.
They're also doing right now some double experience points, double candies, and my favorite is the hatch rate is now 1/3 of however much it took.
Right.
So like for a 2K egg, it's only like 0.3 kilometers, something like that. So even the 10K eggs are only like 1.7 kilometers. So I'm just like, yes, hatch.
Fire them out.
Fire them out. So.
Here's the bad part about Pokemon Fest, right?
I heard there was a lot of errors. Like they had to refund some money and stuff.
What happened was so many people were playing Pokemon Go in one area that it crashed the phone service.
Oh.
So no one could play.
The other rumor is now that GoFest is come and gone, is Gen 3 may be hitting Pokemon Go
Sooner
soon.
than we thought. Yeah, I heard about that too.
I would love Gen 3 to hit.
I'm not ready for it yet.
No?
Not yet. I'm still working on Gen 1 and Gen 2. So.
Yes, but you don't have as much free time as I do all of a sudden now, so... every day I'm going out, and even if it's just to catch one Pokemon and go to one Pokestop, I keep my streaks going, because if you get the 7-day streaks, you get extra things.
Absolutely, yep.
So, and now with them adding so many more gyms and Pokestops, there's actually a Pokestop right across the street from me at the co-op.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there is a gym at the baseball fields near City School, the coffee baseball fields. So I just go down the road, finish, and go home.
Done.
So...
fantastic.
Well, that's Go Talk.
Let's Go Talk. Let's go to Wrestling Talk.
Let's go to Wrestling Talk. We mentioned a lot about Great Balls of Fire, things we saw. We finally got to watch it. Quickly, for people who didn't get to watch it, the matches to go over were Big Cass demolished Enzo.
Yeah.
What can you say about that match? It was a crap hole.
It was.
The 30-minute Iron Man match between Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardys. Sheamus and Cesaro won. Beginning and ending of the match, good. Middle time in the match was kind of boring. We had The Miz beat Dean Ambrose for the IC title through DQ, I think, something like that, or a count out, something like that. I can't remember. But
Dean Ambrose match?
yeah, it was against The Miz with Miz's entourage. They got involved somehow. It's been a while since we watched it, that's why.
Yeah, it has. Keep going on. I'll think about this match. I know.
I believe what happened was Miz has his entourage try to get involved in the match, so Dean's more focused on them, and that's how Miz got the win.
I thought it had something to do with Maurice, though.
It might have, but unfortunately, crappy Miz beat him.
Unfortunately, he won. That's what we want.
Alexa Bliss beat Sasha Banks because Alexa decided not to go back in the ring, got herself counted out. I hate that. Crappy way to win.
To win.
Braun Strowman beat Roman Reigns in an ambulance match. Can you really say Braun Strowman won that?
No.
I think Roman Reigns got the last word.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Roman then throws him into the ambulance and drives it into a semi-truck. They needed the jaws of life to open up the ambulance. Unfortunately, the last match of the night was Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar got the win.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like, I thought if Lesnar was going to win, he'd have to hit Joe with an F5 multiple times.
Right.
It was one quick F5 and done.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe kicked the crap out of Brock Lesnar, but then Brock gets a quick 1, 2, 3. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
So that was Great Balls of Fire. Moving on to Raw, though, to determine the number one contender for Lesnar's title at SummerSlam, it's Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. The match gets a no contest due to Braun Strowman coming out and getting involved in destroying both Joe and Roman. Who knows where this is going to go from there?
I heard Braun Strowman's getting the title.
I hope not.
I think it's way too early for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's good enough for it. But I heard that's where WWE's taking it.
Yeah. I heard, we're jumping ahead, but Fastlane, for instance, the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, the crap pay-per-view, they want to do a Goldberg versus Braun Strowman match, and people are complaining about this because it's going to be less than 10 minutes because either one can't go more than 10 minutes in a match.
Seriously. Why bring Goldberg back? He did his run.
Exactly.
He did his run.
So we had that ended in no contest. Next is on Raw. They are going to have not give Sasha Banks her rematch, which is, I think, a little bull. She deserves a rematch against Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Instead, Bayley the last 2 weeks has pinned Alexa Bliss the last 2 weeks. So it's going to be a Bayley versus Bayley versus Sasha Banks to determine number one contender. These are all good and well, but the biggest thing to come out of Monday Night Raw is Kurt Angle's been having a lot of these text messages and things going on Raw, and he keeps saying how it's going to destroy his life, destroy his career, all this. He finally came clean and decided to unveil what this has all been going on. So he comes out to the ring and talks about his time in college. He had a girlfriend, they had a relationship, it broke up, and I hope you can think where I'm going with this.
Why?
And apparently now, years later, it's come to his attention that she had a baby while they were in college, and he's all grown up. He has followed in his father's footsteps and become a wrestler in WWE. His name is Jason Jordan of American Alpha.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can remember who Jason Jordan is.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So they're on SmackDown. Kurt's on Raw. Apparently now Kurt said Jason Jordan will be a Raw superstar. And Chad Gable is now alone on SmackDown. This ticks me off because we are breaking up another great young tag team. One of my favorites.
But didn't you want Kurt Angle to go with that tag team?
I wanted the tag team, though. I didn't want them to split up.
You got half
American Alpha's gone. Yes, but they have now broken up in less than a month. Enzo and Cass and American Alpha. Yeah. The two top young tag teams that you thought were going to go somewhere. And now it's like, really? So what's funny with this is, we all know it's really, there's a slim chance.
It's a gimmick.
It's a slim chance this storyline is real. So what's funny is, so they have their, oh, I love you, Dad. I love you, da-da-da-da. And they do the little Raw talk at the end of the show. The next day, Kurt and Jason Jordan go on the show Murray. Have you ever seen Murray? Mm-hmm. and they do a DNA test. Murray gets it and reads the test. And the result of Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son, the test came back negative. You are not Jason Jordan's father. So now on this TV show, they're stating that. And so they ended up doing a lie detector test. And Kurt said, yes, he is my father. The lie detector test came back negative too. So it's
So this storyline, its gimmick is just blown up in its face.
exactly. I don't know where they're going with this,
Crazy.
but yeah, but it's funny. It was funny to watch too. So we'll see where it goes from there. Moving on, we had SmackDown we haven't watched Battleground, which was last night, so we can't do result. We don't want to know the results yet.
We're going to watch that tonight.
Yes. Well, one of the matches tonight is a 5-way elimination women's match to determine who will face Naomi at SummerSlam. So you have all the ladies except Carmella. So you had Charlotte, Becky, Natalia, and Tamina.
The same 4 girls.
Yeah, who are in Money in the Bank ladder match. And we're also adding Lana to this match.
Okay.
So we'll
Why
find
not?
out that. But it all depends. Is Naomi still going to be champion come SummerSlam?
No, Lana's going to be.
Carmella, though, she's got that. What I'm saying is Carmella's got the briefcase. Carmella going to cash that in before SummerSlam.
It's going to be Carmella versus Lana.
So we'll have that. We also have the Pujami prison match.
That tonight?
That's on Battleground.
Excited.
The last week's SmackDown, they brought the Pujami prison to SmackDown and put it right there in the middle of the ring.
Set it up last night?
Not last on
SmackDown?
Yes. Amazing to get to see it on SmackDown.
A lot of work.
The literally the second cell, because it's 2 cells in one, was touching the barricade. So if you're in the front row, you can grab the cage.
Oh, wow.
Jinder's inside the middle cage, talking about how he's going to do this, do that. Randy then comes out and, like people said, is it smart to lock yourself in a cage that Orton can get into? Orton scales the top of the cage, and he's doing his poses, and he's saying everything he's going to do to Jinder and everything. So I'm excited to watch this match.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match.
There's only been, this is like maybe the 3rd or 4th one in its entirety.
Yeah.
So, and it's been 10 years since we've seen the last one. So excited. Moving on, Lucha Underground. I can't report much. I mean, they're in the middle of the Cueto Cup, which is amazing. Nothing like taking 32 great superstars and doing this. It reminded me of King of the Ring back in the day when you had this giant bracket and you just single elimination. That's where I really think Lucha Underground's taking some of WWE's old ideas that fans miss and are putting them on their show. And people are loving the Cueto Cup. It's so good. TNA, the news that I reported with Alberto El Patron joining LAX.
Yep.
He then came out the next week, and he doesn't want to join LAX. They just supposedly said he's going to join. So they've been going back and forth feuding. LAX has attacked his brother and his father. So he said, if you stop attacking my family, I'll join. So he did that. His family leaves the ring. He then just goes ape on LAX and destroyed him. There's 2 Singapore canes in the ring. I've never seen a cane break in so many pieces. There are little splinters everywhere.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
And he broke both of them on all of them. I mean, Homicide got it in the gut instead of the back. A couple of them got him in the head. But you just saw the splinters going everywhere. And I'm like, that's what I like to see, Alberto. I hate you. I don't like you as a wrestler, but that's what I like to see.
Keep it up.
So the last thing in TNA, Gail Kim made her announcement that at the end of the year, she will be officially retiring.
All right.
So great career Gail Kim has. There's a reason she's in the TNA Hall of Fame. She made the knockout division, basically.
I guarantee you, after she retires, probably 2019, she'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
But she has nothing left to prove to me.
No?
One of the greatest. So
Yeah.
that is wrestling talk for me.
Other than talk, now we're going to do some TV talk, Andy.
Some TV talk.
Are you ready to get psyched with psyched?
Psyched with psyched. Let me just stay again. If people don't realize what's TV talk, this has replaced Flareoverse because we got nothing to talk about for Flareoverse in the summer. Another great topic. Yes, I am psyched for psych. Why don't you do so?
Man, psyched for psyched. This is going to be great. It's going to be good to see James O'Day and Joel Hill back at it again in the Psych office.
If you are as big of a fan of Psych as we are, jump over to our Facebook page at Legends of the Nerds, because the teaser trailer for it, it's not really even a trailer, it's more of we need to get back into shape, is what he says, was amazing. It's so funny.
It wasn't a trailer at all. It was just them goofing around. It was just, that's what I like to see. And
Exactly.
I miss that.
If you are a big Psych fan like we are, it's, I believe, December 22nd is the 2-hour Psych movie. And I am so psyched to watch this movie. And you even wrote on our Facebook page when I posted this and everything that maybe this is a good push for Psych to come back to television.
Season 9
for
so
season 9.
great.
I really hope so, because you don't really see those two doing much anymore.
No, well, Dill Hill is on another show. He's doing pretty good. James O'Day's doing a lot of independent movies and stuff right now.
Psych is where they need to be.
That's where they need to be, absolutely.
So.
I'm so excited for this. And they're adding Zach Levi to the show, too.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
You know what's going to happen is, because you don't have TV at home, I'm going to have to tape it, and you're going to have to come over and watch it, because I don't think you want to.
This is what you're going to do. You're going to set your phone up to the screen, put FaceTime on, and I'm just going to wash out my phone.
Oh, my God. Moving on.
Moving on, we got some movie talk going on.
Well, we still got TV talk we're talking about.
Do you have more TV talk?
I have a lot of TV talk.
Oh, let's keep going TV talk.
Walking Dead Season 8, they released the trailer for this.
Yeah.
If you love all-out war, watch Season 8, because Rick's group versus Negan's group, it's... Well, I can't say it on our channel, but poop is going to hit the fan. How about that? Robert Kirkman also announced at... which made some people a little nervous. He announced at San Diego Comic-Con that this season and what we're about to see could set up for the end of Walking Dead.
Well, yes, he did finally... So the comics are still going on. Mm-hmm. He has finally finished the last of the comics.
Yes.
So the comics are now ending, so that gives the show a chance to end as well.
I showed my...
We got to make sure it ends in the right way.
Yeah. A lot of the conspiracies over the years have been that Rick, everything we've seen is actually in his head. It's all...
He's still in a coma in the hospital.
Exactly. Well, it kind of they almost showed that, because at the end of the trailer, it goes dark for about 10 seconds. Then you see someone lying in a bed.
Yep.
And they zoom in on the face, and it's Rick.
With, like, massive facial hair.
Exactly. And it's all white and everything. There's a cane, so it might be maybe he woke up from a coma.
Yeah.
In the future, something like that. I told my mom, it could be he's in a coffin and he wakes up as Zombie Rick. So, that's
Rick.
some Walking Dead news. I also want to state next month is the Defenders miniseries.
Yep.
The second trailer for that
You
came
seem
out.
really excited about this, huh?
I am very excited.
What makes you excited about the Defenders?
I just like the whole... That's why I liked Avengers, for instance. Mm-hmm. I like the mashup of the characters coming together. I mean, I like the singularity of them, but I'm a big fan of the mashup.
Yeah.
So, attached to that, Netflix also announced that Season 2 of Iron Fist got the green light.
Yep, I read that too.
So that's good. Young Justice, a poster came out of the Young Justice crew.
Which is fantastic.
The creators of it said they're kind of more moving away from the kid Young Justice into more adult, because the characters are growing up.
Yeah.
Which I love that. I love sticking with, okay, the characters are adults, so why can't we write adult contact for them?
Yeah.
We had that. We have Will Smith's new movie coming out to Netflix called Bright. Looked pretty decent. And I gotta read my notes here. Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm very upset about this. I told you that Two Broke Girls got canceled. I just found out Last Man Standing got canceled on ABC. Fans are very upset with this. If you've never seen Last Man Standing, it's like Home Improvement, but different.
No, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
It got canceled, but another TV station's picking it up.
No, nobody's picked it up yet.
I heard someone did pick it up.
I hope so, but...
I think CMT picked it up.
What I don't get is this was ABC's number 2 TV show for the that time slots and all that stuff. About 400,000 people have signed a petition for this. Why cancel such a great show?
I can think of a few reasons.
Well, I can too, but...
One of them is the fact that one of the actors on the show had a huge feud with the studio execs, and they decided to just say, you know what, we'll cancel the show.
It's bull.
That's business, though. That's TV business for you.
I know. We had that Star Trek Discovery, a new trailer came out for that. Looked really good. Sonequa Martin, if you're a Walking Dead fan, she plays Sasha. She's one of the main characters in it, which I got from the trailer. I'm like, oh my God, because she's got time now because she died last season. And just to finish it up, moving into a push to some movie talk, I watched Batman vs. Superman this weekend.
Yeah? How'd it go?
And I paid more attention to it compared to watching it in theaters.
Right.
And when Wonder Woman opens up the files and she sees everything that Bruce Wayne sent her, you have where Cyborg's getting built and everything in his father's shop. I didn't realize they show you one of the mother boxes from Justice League there. When all of a sudden all the lightning and everything starts and something's moving to him, that's the mother box. So Cyborg's like almost carrying a mother box in him, maybe for Justice League.
Maybe.
So I'm excited for November. Justice League and Thor.
Well, let's talk about Justice League for a second. The show was released.
Yep.
Assuming you watched it.
Yep.
What'd you think?
Got me more excited for the movie.
Are you?
I am. Like I said, I'm a mashup fan, and I think Justice League, how we talked on the last show, Wonder Woman being the tops in the DC movies right now, Justice League will beat Wonder Woman. I think fans will enjoy Justice League. Like people are upset with some of the DC movies, but I feel like Justice League people are going to really enjoy and be really excited for when Part 2 comes out, when Darkseid actually shows up.
I guess I don't really like the start cast of the Justice League.
Okay.
You know, I mean, no Hal Jordan there at all, which is a little sad to see.
We could get it in Justice League Part 2.
I particularly don't like the costumes.
Because it's more too dark?
They're too robotic.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the Flash's suit, it's robotic looking.
No, I understand.
I mean, has nothing to do with Eliza being Flash and Barry Allen. It's his suit I have an issue with. It looks like the suit from Injustice 2. You know?
Yeah. But with the whole Green Lantern thing, it could happen in Justice League 2. Because the Green Lantern movie is supposed to come out.
Right.
So, I mean, that could be in Part 2.
I mean, and what Green Lantern are we going to see? Are we going to see Hal Jordan? Are we going to see Jon Stewart in it?
Maybe all, because it's called Green Lantern Corps.
I don't know. When it comes to DC stuff, I'm really just...
Well, I think
I'm on the edge about what I want to go with.
Once Justice League airs, it'll answer more questions, because now you have Stage 2 of DC.
But here's the problem with DC movies,
Phase 2.
They always give you more questions than they give you answers to. That's the problem I have with it. They don't settle on anything.
Sure.
It's always like a 4-hour movie of what did I just watch?
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's it for me for TV talk, if I'm reading my notes right. Everything's a little crumpled up here, but...
We'll get into a movie talk, and if you figure something else out, we will come back to it.
I do have it.
Are we coming back to it?
I'm sorry. Like I said, I need my coffee. At not Comic-Con, but D23, the Disney Comic-Con. Frozen talks. I mean, Frozen is a huge movie. They've started Frozen 2.
Yeah.
The making of it. But this Christmas was supposed to be Olaf's movie. Was supposed to be on TV. Not a long movie, but a short one. I'm upset now because now they're airing it in theaters before another movie.
Okay.
It's like, really?
Why not? Disney used to do it all the time.
Well, I know they do it all the time. They did it before with another Frozen thing, but it's like you get people excited for an Olaf movie to watch during Christmas at home, and now you can't. But Frozen 2, I'm excited for. All the same people coming back.
Which is weird, because you're not a musical guy.
No, but there's some Disney movies. Disney is musical.
Yes, but Frozen is a musical movie.
Yeah, but I like the storyline of Frozen.
It is a good storyline.
I mean, I watched Beauty and the Beast last night, and you know how much music's in that movie?
The standard amount.
So, I am officially finished.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm done talking.
How about we keep
You complain I talk too much.
Let's keep on the Disney talk, because Disney does have a live-action movie coming out that everyone in the world is excited about.
Yes.
We're talking about Aladdin live action.
Oh.
And we realize this is a big deal now because for a while, they had a huge issue of casting the members.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we got our Genie. Fantastic, you know? Will Smith is playing Genie.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick, I think. You know, he's a funny guy.
We'll see.
He can sing. He can entertain everybody, you know? But now we have the cast member for Aladdin and Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
And for Aladdin, we have Amina Masood. He's best known for his part in Jack Ryan, the first movie.
Well, not the first movie. It's a TV. It's a TV show.
Jack Ryan TV show? I thought it was the...
Nope, I looked it on IMDb.
Okay.
It's a TV show. He's actually a new... Most people won't really know him because that's basically the only thing he's been in. But he's a newcomer. Popular. He's a new up-and-comer.
I thought it was a movie.
Nope.
Well, Jasmine is Naomi Scott.
Yes.
Which is the Pink Ranger on Power Rangers.
Exactly.
The new one.
She's also been in a TV series, if anyone knows, called Terra Nova. She played the older daughter in Terra Nova.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's our 3 cast members.
I love
for
that
Aladdin.
pick. I love the pick for Jasmine. I wanted someone in their 20s, kind of like that, playing a more younger Princess Jasmine than older. So she's got the look. Even the other guy playing Aladdin, he's kind of got the look too. So
he really does.
The big thing that people are complaining about is the cast, though, too. You got this new guy playing in a big role. How's that going to be? And there was a time where, before Aladdin came out, they were going to make a prequel to Aladdin, which was based off the Genie. That has now been canceled.
Right, which I think would have been a bad idea anyway.
I like what they're doing. Right, they don't have to.
It's a good idea.
They don't have to make prequels and stuff like that for the Disney movies. I like just taking the animated Disney movies that I remember as a kid and making them live action. Like they're doing. They already have the cast, and it was announced a while ago for Lion King. I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, that should be kind of cool. See, but it's good to see Aladdin about to make a good jump into the live action.
One of my all-time favorites. It was Aladdin. So.
For a while, we've been wanting to talk about this Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes, we didn't get enough time on the last show to talk about it, but we also wanted to give enough time for fans out there to watch the show, watch the movie. It's been, I think, like 3 weeks since it came out, so we can't stand waiting anymore.
I'm pretty sure, Andy, I think because of our main event coming up, we have a special guest coming in today for our main event. Spider-Man may have to be a 2-parter conversation again. Because we have this, and we have Box Office Heroes coming up too as well.
Yep.
You know, so actually, do you want to do Box Office first, then Homecoming?
Might as well.
And then
I love Box Office.
And then we bring a special guest on after.
I love Box Office, so let's do that. So I changed my Box Office 1 through 3 multiple times.
Okay.
But here we go. Number 3 is Spider-Man: Homecoming. Originally, I had it at number 1, then it went to 2, then it went down to 3. Number 2, I have War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Number 1, which I had at number 2, then I moved it to 1, now is Valerian and the City of 1,000 something. I can't. Planets. 1,000 planets.
I mean, that's a new sci-fi came out, right?
Yeah, it's based off a comic.
Yep.
So.
Well, Andy, not a good day for you.
Hey, I got it. I had them for the first time ever, all 3 right in the right spots.
You did a great job that week, yeah.
So hey, I can take a down day.
All right. So number 3, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Hey, you.
Hey, I got something right.
Came in at $22 million for that weekend. Not bad, right? Number 2, we have Girls Trip.
Oh my god.
That Jada Pinkett Smith movie.
God.
$30 million on that one.
How, what?
And then,
this is just as bad as all the animation, all the stupid cartoon movies last year.
And then this one kind of kicked the bucket for me. The new Christopher Nolan movie that came out.
How is Planet of the Apes, and granted, I don't want to see Valerian, but it's a well-known comic that everyone was excited for. How are those 2 not in the top 3? Valerian just came out Friday. Granted, Planet of the Apes came out a week ago, but
hey, man,
it's the 3rd one.
I know.
It's got Woody Harrelson in it for crying out loud.
Number 1 is Dirk King.
Oh my god.
But you know, I think it's a Christopher Nolan movie. He wrote and directed it, and that's why he's number 1.
I don't care. I'm gonna go put a turd on a stick and videotape it and see how many movies I get to.
You are heated about this. But Spider-Man's still there.
I don't care. People are stupid. Let's go see stupid stuff. There's a reason I can wait for some movies to come out on video, then pay $1 to go rent it, because I could give 2 cents of what it is. Speaking of that, thank God we get to watch Fast 8 soon.
Yes, we do.
I'm excited because I'm going to be renting Kong soon.
Yes, Collins.
I haven't gotten to see that. Those are good movies. Those deserve to be in...
Well, we haven't seen Kong yet. We'll find out if it's a good movie.
It's the sequel to Godzilla. And then it sets up for Godzilla 2, which then sets up for Kong versus Godzilla. You think it's not going to be good?
We don't know.
It's going to be good.
We don't know.
It's got Sam Jackson in it. John C. Reilly. John Goodman.
John C. Reilly is in Kong, yeah.
He is. He talks to
Right.
John Goodman and Sam Jackson in the movie and goes, "Oh yeah, that guy's Kong. You might not want to take him off." like him and Kong go and have drinks after the show or something.
Okay, let's switch topics.
Can I check my blood pressure somewheres?
You are heated.
Oh my God.
All right. So let's do a little Spider-Man Homecoming talk.
I got one more.
You have one more.
Sorry. We noticed I said we don't have Flareoverse in the summer, but we did have rumors of something in Flareoverse.
Oh, we have so many rumors coming up, Andy.
I just want to do this one. In Arrow, the big rumor is Slade Wilson's son, who may be the character of Jericho, because that's how it is in the comics, may be showing up in the next season. It's been hinted that it's going to happen. Your thoughts? We've seen him in future Arrow, when everybody goes to the legends go to the future.
Right.
Do you want to see it?
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I want more with Slade Wilson. I'm a fan of Slade Wilson.
Deathstroke's a great character, and he does well in Arrow, and I think we should keep it up.
Which this means they're not dead after Leon Rue got blown up?
Well, we've talked about this.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
Like you talk about the Flareverse, did you happen to see? I don't do this much. I did this time because I'm excited about it.
You spoiled something?
I watched season 3 trailer of Legends of Tomorrow.
I haven't even seen any of those trailers yet.
And it looks amazing.
They all premiered at Comic-Con, must be?
Yep.
I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, it was really good.
I keep trying to look for, if we're just quickly about trailers, the Avengers Infinity War trailer that they were showing, because everyone's talking about how Thanos just destroys Iron Man and beats the crap out of him.
Right.
So, because everyone's saying somebody's going to die in Infinity War.
Right.
So now everyone thinks it's going to be Iron Man. I still think it's going to be Captain America.
It could be Hawkeye.
Hey, we broke your arms now in the movie too. Okay, we keep going off track here. Let's get to, we'll say part 1 of our main event, because our special
Part 1 of Spider-Man.
because our special guest is part 2 of the main event.
Exactly right. Spider-Man Homecoming. What a great movie this was. I'm excited about owning it and watching it again.
Out of 5 stars, I give it a 4.5.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I like to compare our 3 Spider-Mans that we've had.
Yes.
Between Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. What do you think?
I go Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
Really?
That's how I rank them.
It's tough. Here's why it's tough. Tom Holland definitely has number 1 on that list.
Yeah, because he's a kid.
He pulled off that, and he pulled off a fantastic Peter Parker and a fantastic Spider-Man. My problem with Andrew Garfield is that his Spider-Man was really good. His Peter Parker was terrible.
I loved his Peter Parker, actually.
And Tobey Maguire, his Peter Parker was good, you know? But for Spider-Man, wasn't enough puns thrown out when he fights villains.
See,
Because Spider-Man likes to trash talk his villains all the time.
it's hard for me to rank them by that unless I literally go back and watch every single film. So, and lately Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 has been on TV a lot, so I've watched a lot of that.
Yeah, which I was not a fan of. I did
God,
not
no.
like
God, no.
Electro in that at all.
But yeah, Tom Holland did pull off the best.
Yeah, he was real good.
I like the fact that we've seen Spider-Man in high school and in all 3 series. But the problem is when you cast adults trying to play students, it's
tough.
Yeah, getting someone like Tom Holland, who's 17 years old, I think, something like that now, it was the better match for everything.
Yep. But then again, I mean, is it because that Tom Holland Spider-Man was part of the MCU and the other two are part of Sony exclusive?
I would say that with Sony partnering with Marvel, it pulled off a better movie.
Yeah.
I can't say it more for Marvel. I mean,
let's talk about the villain Vulture, though.
I was trying to go into that because we're not really talking about the movie like we normally do. We're trying to change things up.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about Vulture. That was one of my favorite things about the movie. Isn't the look or anything. It's the character. We've seen all the same characters all the time in all the Spider-Man movies. We needed something different, and that's what I loved. We've never really seen a Vulture in the movies. In the end credits, you pointed out that the guy that Vulture's talking to is going to be Scorpion.
Yep.
I did a little research. The guy is actually in the movie before the prison scene. Remember on the ferry when Spider-Man stops the little trade-off of and the FBI helps too? The guy that his Vulture's people are trading off to is that guy. His name was, and it's in the comic books too, is Mac Gargan. Max Gargan is Scorpion.
Yeah.
And you notice because you saw the Scorpion tattoo. So that means we're getting Scorpion in the sequel. Yep. Again, another villain that we have never seen yet.
And hopefully they pull off well. We have got to get our special guest real soon, Andy. But quickly, I've been reading that Vulture was the best Marvel villain so far.
It's Michael Keaton.
Here's what's weird, though. Vulture, all he really is an arms dealer.
Yep.
And he makes the best villain.
And he did exactly that in the movie.
Yeah.
I like the little... In the beginning of it, I was like, why is Avengers Tower so messed up? And they said 8 years ago, and it was what happened at the end of the first Avengers movie. And I like the little touch of the group that comes in to stop Vulture's... before he's Vulture, his company is employed by New York to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
And it's Tony Stark's group, the DODC.
Yep.
To come in and say, no, that's what we're taking.
Yeah.
So there's nice little touches there.
Did you hear about the rumor about the old Avengers building? They're going to turn it into the Baxter building.
Yeah, for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Because there is the talk about I've heard a remake of Fantastic Four, but I've also heard a sequel to what we just saw for Fantastic Four. I'd prefer keeping the characters the same, just because I hate remaking something so fast.
They do it with Spider-Man, and they finally got it right. So if Marvel did get the rights finally to Fantastic Four, recast, redo it.
You don't think they could keep the same cast and kind of make it better?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Some other things that come out of Spider-Man was his friend Michelle at the end. We find out, you can call me MJ.
Yep.
A lot of people were irritated with that because her name's not Michelle, it's Mary Jane. And then like some people said, we could be going off from the whole Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy thing that we've seen over and over. And this could just be a girl. Yeah, her name's Michelle, but we put an Easter egg in there.
Her name's Michelle Jones. Who knows? You know.
It's just a little Easter egg. Ooh, MJ.
It's Marvel. We have got to wait for the full story to come out with Marvel because they throw surprises in our way all the time.
Yep. I want to point out too the Spider-Man suit that Tony gives Peter at the end when he wants him to join the Avengers. You stated that it's the Iron Spider. Some people still think it's going to be one of the other Spider-Mans. So we got our special guest coming in, so we got to cut it here.
We do.
So, but yeah, Spider-Man, I give it a 4.4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
I'm around the same thing, yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the movie.
Okay, so yeah, if you haven't gone out to see Spider-Man, go out and see it before it's out of theaters.
Because we are really going to break this movie down soon.
Exactly.
In the next
so
couple episodes.
We have to stop here because we have our special guest coming in.
It's being our special guest, huh? It is main event time, Andy. And today is a good main event. We got a special guest. Bobby or Rob? What do you like to go by?
Rob.
Rob Cunning with us. He's a local filmmaker from Burlington. He has a new movie coming out called Haze. Premieres August 29th at the Arts Riot in Burlington. How are you, Rob?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. So tell us a little about yourself in the filmmaking industry. How'd you get into it?
I got into it. I was really into movies growing up, and I started just screenwriting back in college. I basically bought a book how to screenwrite because I couldn't even get into a class because it wasn't my major. I was a business major. And from screenwriting, I got tired of just writing and I wanted to actually see it on a screen. So I read blogs, I read books, and I pretty much did everything I could to learn how to make a movie. So me and a couple friends decided to take this on.
Fantastic. Well, we do have a trailer of Haze coming up. Do you need to set it up at all?
This is a teaser trailer, so there's not too much information given out. A little bit mysterious. So I think it's only 45 seconds. So.
All right. Well, let's play that trailer.
This conversation came much too late.
Some choices are irreversible.
What'd you guys think? Good trailer, right?
Yep. What I'd like to get question is if you could tell the audience, we know what we saw from the trailer, but a broad
Summary.
There you go. I can't even think. It's late in the day and I'm still half awake. Of what everyone's expecting to see when they go to what is it? It's what's the place
Arts
called?
Riot.
Arts Riot. I knew it was something Riot. I can't remember. I'm too tired today. Just a broad summary of what they're going to see at Arts Riot from this.
I would say they're going to see something visually interesting. Basically, my character is addicted to this drug Haze, and when I'm on it, I see everything in blue. So you get a lot of first-person perspective. You're in the mind of the person that's hallucinating, and it goes on throughout the movie pretty much, which I think is pretty, creative and original. And actually, the other thing is it's a 45-minute film with a totally original score. My friend Chris Wilcox from Vermont, he did the score, and it's incredible. It's a mix of rock. It's a mix of experimental alternative rock. It's got a little bit of sense of like a Radiohead feel, Pink Floyd feel in different parts. And just for the music, it's worth seeing.
Yeah. I know that's one thing, like, for instance, from movies perspective, we've seen so many of them. When we went and saw Suicide Squad last year, his biggest thing was music in movies, so...
Yeah.
You said, James, you've actually you got a sneak peek at watching the movie.
I did.
And so the music was fine for you.
Yeah.
Okay, because we know your perspective on music.
It fit the movie very well.
Okay, I just had to get that out of the way.
Well, I think with Suicide Squad, they took a lot of like, it was almost
Classic.
classic songs, but it was almost like you're flipping through the radio, and because every scene would have like a different song. This one, it kind of slowly builds, so and it all goes together. All 45 minutes is cohesive, and it just flows well. And I think that's the best part of watching a movie is the score.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
a lot of great memorable scores that made the movie 10 times better. And I think
the music tells the story just as much as the characters do.
Yeah, and I mean, when we were making it, we didn't have anything to work with. So essentially, I would send Chris songs that I liked. I would send him ideas on what I thought might go well in a certain scene. But ultimately, I gave him total creative control because he's really great at what he does. So I let him make it his own in that case. So, and I was blown away when I first heard it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we got the first 20 minutes maybe 6 months ago, and it was almost like I wish he didn't give it to me because I could not wait to hear the rest of it. I would have almost rather just gotten it all at once. But like when we finally got that 45 minutes, we were all just floored. So.
Well, Haze is the name of the movie. How did you come up with this idea? What were your inspirations?
I started writing a screenplay years ago. That was a feature-length script, something you would see maybe as like a blockbuster film. And I submitted it to some writing contests. And one of them, they gave me an analysis from two different people. And both people said that the blue look of the film was their favorite part, and they would have loved to see it on the screen. So what I did was I said, well, I can't make this, but I can figure out how to make it on a microscopic level of what I originally came up with. So I tried to devise a short that took into account the part that they talked about, seeing in blue.
Right.
So, yeah.
You said you had some inspirations for this movie as well, right?
Definitely. The Machinist was a big one. I really love that movie, and I just love the plot and the plot progression, and I'm a huge Christian Bale fan. But the main one was probably David Lynch. He's my number one inspiration. When he talks about filmmaking, it made me want to do it.
Right.
Like, I would listen to people like Steven Spielberg or George Lucas, and it sounded like something I could never do.
No.
The budgets were huge, and they just talked about it like it was this grand thing, but like David Lynch made Eraserhead with like 5 people, like, and he talked about it like in a way that I thought I could do it. So that made me go out and try to do it. So
Yeah, those big guys like George Lucas, they have this huge budget. They feel like they need to use all of that.
yeah, I mean the credits go on for 10 minutes in
Yeah.
some of those, and ours was basically a 3-man crew.
Yep.
I wrote, directed, and acted in it. Eric Wright was the assistant director, and then Joseph Palumbo acted in it, and he also was behind the camera. So we only had 3 people on set. So that was, but it was also cool because it felt like we were actually like living the plot in a way, because there weren't all these extra lights. We had no lighting, we had no
Right.
boom mics. So that was kind of cool.
Which is kind of like, it reminded me when you were saying that, when we were at Comic-Con a couple years ago when we interviewed the guys from Clerks.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It
Yeah.
started off, I mean, they didn't have a huge budget like that too. And like they were saying, how it's all in black and white, for instance, their film, it's because they didn't have enough money for color.
What he's talking about is that we actually had a chance to talk to Brian O'Hanrahan,
Oh yeah,
guy from Clerks.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
he was telling us how the budget of Clerks was so low that they couldn't afford color. So that's why the movie wasn't black and
And it
white.
made it kind of artsy.
And it actually made it better.
It did.
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that a budget sometimes makes you like care a little bit less about the script, like the little things. And like we knew right away what our bottleneck was, which was not having actors, not having any money really to put into any effects.
Right.
So everything was practical. And I tried to write something, and it ended up being a strength because you get really creative when you don't have those resources. So.
Exactly.
Wasn't a long process to make the film, though, huh?
It was a really long process. I wrote it for about 6 months, and I did a lot of test shooting with my camera to figure out what effects I could do. They're all practical. I watched some old experimental films from like the 30s and 40s and silent era, and I kind of put my own twist on what they were doing. And so a lot of practical experimental effects. And after 6 months, Eric Wright, the co-producer, said, "Let's do it." And we went for it. So
What kind of camera did you use for that?
we used a Canon Rebel T5i. It's a DSLR camera.
Yep.
Yeah. So we
So it
used,
wasn't like a high-tech camera you can see
No,
around us
no.
now.
Yeah,
It
like-
was a nice little, like, handheld kind of camera.
Yeah, exactly. And we
Yep.
used a lot of different lenses. We probably used about 5 different lenses. Mixed it up, tried to get a lot of different looks, a lot of different angles and stuff.
Any plans for the future with Haze, a sequel, or are you waiting to see the reaction at Arts Riot?
Yeah, I would love to see the reaction, and if people wanted me to do another one, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
I've always envisioned it as a bigger thing. I wrote the feature script because I thought it could be something like that. I could see it, maybe even being like a TV show, but that's like, that's my ultimate dream.
Yeah, that's
Almost like Limitless.
Well, I was going to say it's like us. I mean, the ultimate dream someday is to.
Yeah.
You gotta go for something, and you gotta have something to shoot for. And I definitely would love to see it catch on. I mean, I did it with no budget, and I would love to see what I could do with a budget. And
It's how it starts. You have to start off small and just keep working your way up
Yeah.
the rungs.
definitely, like you prove it at the smaller level, and people might see it and say, "Hey, what can it do on a bigger screen?" So.
Well, I was passing off some questions.
All right.
We're going back and forth. You say I talk too much on the show, so you like to go ahead and
It really
talk
does.
too.
So what is next for Haze? I mean, are we looking at like a streaming service that we can all watch it on, or just like YouTube kind of thing?
Yeah, well, we got the premiere at Arts Riot, August 29th at 8 o'clock. The next day, we're going to put it on YouTube, and I have it sent out to about a dozen festivals, so hopefully it'll show on those. I don't really know too much about the streaming service, so I'm not really sure if that's
Right.
Now, are we staying clearly in Vermont festivals, or are we going broad in horizon for out of state?
I did a lot of New England ones, and anything not in New England, I did smaller experimental or smaller niche, something that I thought that we had a chance, because, it isn't your standard film. Like, when you watch it, it's definitely got its own, own vibe, yeah. So it definitely fits the mold for certain festivals, so I tried to look up what, their mission statement of what they were looking for, and, so...
But you personally, any other projects? Any other movies you want to do?
Right now,
Scripts in the closet?
we have a bunch of ideas, but right now, I'm in promo mode. So I'm just trying to get people to watch this, and we're advertising on Facebook, and we're trying to get friends and to watch it, and we're really just trying to get it out there, trying to get some local awareness, and I'm also going to try to put it out internationally and maybe advertise and. Europe loves, artsy films, and
they definitely do.
They love David Lynch, so I'm hoping they would love this. So I'm trying to get it over there too.
No, Germany's a good place to start with that.
Yeah, and I get a lot of people from Japan have been liking it.
Oh, really?
Like Instagram likes and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what the.
That's kind of shocking over there, huh?
Yeah, I don't really know. I didn't really know who the audience would be. It's kind of like a in between art house and mainstream. So it's kind of in that middle ground. So I think if you're a mainstream film fan, you could like it, but if you like artsy stuff, you'd find a reason to like it. So I didn't really know the demographic. I just wanted to make something that I wanted to see.
Right.
So I started there, and obviously the two co-producers, Joseph Palumbo and Eric Wright, liked it too. Obviously, like you said, it was a long process. It was a 3-year process. So.
Well, like you said, it's something that you enjoy, the movie. And that's where it starts. You don't want to be working on something that you don't really have pride in.
Exactly, yeah.
For an example, I use him all the time. I mean, this is how this show came to be, is we're just sitting on the couch hanging out, talking. Why not see where we can go with it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, directors and producers and all don't take jobs they're not going to like.
No.
I mean... What is it? The Russo brothers for Marvel, for instance.
I know. For the right amount of money, I think I would take a job I didn't like.
This is true. This is true. But when it's a project or a passion thing.
When you start out, you start with the passion, and I was editing probably about 30 hours a week. So, I mean, you go crazy after a while. You know every cut, every scene, every movement.
You start nitpicking a lot of things.
Yeah, you nitpick, and eventually you just got to put it down. But 30 hours a week editing is like torture. And you go through the creative process. You love it in the beginning. It's almost like a relationship in a way. Like
it's your baby almost.
Exactly, it's your baby, and it's got that period where you're kind of annoyed with it and not sure if you like it, but it comes around, and hopefully you like it at the end.
Yep. Well, Rob, it was a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
At the festival. Here it is right here. We have the movie Haze. Be appearing at the Art Riot Festival in Burlington on August 29th. Doors at 7:30.
Yeah, doors at
Shows
7:30. I just wanted to plug Cinema Casualties is actually, it's presented by Cinema Casualties, a guy named David Ziedler. And he does a great job of bringing small horror films to Burlington once a month. And he let us open one of his films with Haze. So, shout out to David. And the Blob's playing at 9. So
The Blob, yeah.
There we go.
I hope it stands up against it.
Right. Well, hey, that's it for the show. When he closes out, man.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us again. Thank you to our special guest. Don't forget, go to the Arts Riot. I told you, I'm still half asleep.
Need a coffee.
I know, at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to watch Haze that night. Again, thanks for watching. Remember, watch this episode and every other episode on our Facebook and YouTube pages at Legends of Nerds. Don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at KrillinMan. And hopefully everyone else is more awake than I am. But remember, stay nerdy.
Well, you have a Facebook page too, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I should
Plug your
probably
Facebook page.
plug it.
This is where you need to tell me these things before you tell me, do the ending.
Okay, so it's the same on Instagram as our website and as Facebook. It's at Haze Short Film. So.
All right.
Okay. With that being said, stay nerdy.
Nerd.